Hey, what's going on, guys? Okay, so I've been wanting to do this video for a while now, but it seems like every time it's raining or anything like that, I'm usually at work and I don't have an opportunity to shoot a video and everything else. Well, today, I don't know if you can see the ground and the leaves on the trees and everything else. It's been kind of sprinkling and raining, throughout the day and all that good stuff. So I've got an opportunity and I just want to talk to you guys about something real quick. So let me go find a place to sit down and let me show you guys a trick. Okay, so it seems like everybody's favorite instrument when it comes to creating fires is the old ferro rod. Well, I don't know if you've noticed this, but in my videos, most of the time I try to stick with flint and steel. And the reason for that is I like to minimize the amount of resources that I use, on my fires. I like to stick with trying to use things that are renewable resources. If I can use solar ignition, I prefer using solar ignition. If solar ignition is not an option, then I prefer flint and steel. And that's just simply because, like I said, it's using more of your renewable resources. As far as your steel striker goes, that thing is going to last multiple lifetimes. So everybody that sits there and says that you're going to burn through one of those things, they're full of it. They're going to last you a very, very long time. So on a day like today, when it's been kind of raining and drizzling and everything else, a ferro rod can be actually kind of difficult to use, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So what I've done is I've gathered up my absolute favorite tinder in the world, and that is the inner bark of a cottonwood. Now you'll notice that it is still damp, but not wet, okay? It's damp. Now, I'm going to process this stuff down, and we're going to take the ferro rod and we're going to see if we can actually get it to take flame. Okay, so you're going to have to forgive the lawnmower in the background. I am at home today. Wanted to go out to the woods and everything else, but I've got some leather projects that are drying, and so while those are drying, I'm going to shoot this video here. So I've went ahead and I've processed that cottonwood down a little bit, and what we're going to do is we are going to take the ferro rod and we're going to see if we can strike it up. Now, if I am successful at striking it up, being that it's damp and everything else, I want you to do me a favor and just count how many times it takes to actually get this thing to ignite. Started to go, then went out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there you go. I mean, case in point, I just struck this thing 10 times, so I'm using resources that I do not have to use. Okay, so now is what I had before you is one of my favorite things in the world, punk wood. Now, when I'm using flint and steel, I char this stuff down. But let's just say, for an instance, that you have not had the opportunity to char this stuff down. A lot of people don't understand just how easily punk wood will take a spark from a ferro rod and turn itself into an ember. Now, even though that it's been, sprinkling and raining off and on all day, you can actually get at dry punk wood just by going to the inner pieces and everything else, and you'll find dry stuff. So that's exactly what I've done. I've grabbed some dry punk wood, and as what we're going to do is I'm going to throw a spark on that, and I want you guys to do me a favor and count how many times it takes me to strike a ferro rod against this punk wood, and see how many times it takes to get an ember on it. Okay, so there's one. Okay, one strike. Let's do that again. Let me put that out. Two strikes that time. Can you see where I'm going with this? Now, even though this tinder is damp, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of punk wood that we've got the ember on, and we're just going to put it in our tinder bundle. And we're going to try to blow this thing to flame. Okay, so as you can see, I've just let it sit there and smolder. Just letting it dry itself out a little bit before I kind of pick it up and try to make an actual go with it. Not going to guarantee that it'll work. As you guys know, there is no guarantee with fire. But let's just see what we can do, okay? Lo and behold, you've got yourself a flame at a damp material using 2 strikes of your ferro rod. Now obviously that took me just a little bit longer to blow it to life, but like I said, it's damp. I had to dry it out as I blew it to life. So take your time with it, you're going to get it. The inner bark of cottonwood is fabulous, fabulous stuff, guys. If you haven't ever tried it, and you've got yourself accustomed to using, fat wood and pine needles and everything else, please, please, please try this stuff, because it works extremely well, especially when blowing flame to life. So let's turn the camera around and let's take a look at this this ferro rod again on the punk wood. One strike, multiple embers. Now, as you guys can see, each time I threw a spark into that, I was getting multiple embers. So here's the thing. You find yourself in a legitimate survival situation, and this is all you have on you. Obviously, you're going to want to conserve this thing the best you can. So, punk wood, like I've said many times, you can find that in every single wooded area that you go into. It's an amazing resource, and it's oftentimes overlooked. As you see, you don't have to have it charred down in order to get a spark. Now, trying to get a spark off of punk wood with a flint and steel without it being charred down, that's rather difficult. It can be done, but it's rather difficult. Ferro rod, 1 strike, 2 strikes, you've got yourself an ember in that stuff. No need to go searching for tinder and everything else, especially when it's damp. I mean, when it's damp, you're not going to find very good tinder. As you see, and even the inner bark of my cottonwood was still damp. So, you know, you take grass or something like that into consideration, being right directly in the rain and all that good stuff. Good luck. That's all I can say, is good luck. But you got yourself some punk wood, even that that damp and wet grass, given the appropriate amount of time and patience, you can get that to light too, just with an ember off of punk wood. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, I apologize for the mowing of the yards. I guess everyone's trying to get it done while the rain stopped. So, like I said, hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and as always, have a good one.